Hi YouTube family, welcome back to Sherman's Kitchen. It is the weekend and it is time for me to make a weekend snack. One of my favorite is apple fritter. Whenever I go to Tim Hortons, every once in a while I'll grab myself a nice apple fritter from Tim Hortons, but today I want to share my version of apple fritter. This is great for snacks. I love it for a breakfast and my kids really enjoy it, and I'm sure that you will all enjoy it too. So come on down, it's a very simple, easy and quick recipe, and let's make this together. I'm sure you will be making it on the weekend now as a snack for your family. Let's go. For this recipe, we will need Granny Smith apple. I'm making a small batch, but if you want to make a large batch, you can double up the ingredients. I'll leave all the ingredients in the description box below. I already washed my apples and Jessica will help me to peel them and chop them up. Natalie's also going to help with this. They love to make desserts. So Miss Jessie's peeling the apples, and once she's done peeling them, she'll cut them up for me nicely, and we will flavor them up a little before we add them to our mixture. After peeling and taking out the core of the apple, Jessie will now start cutting them into small pieces. We ended up adding one more apples because by the time we finish removing the core, we will need more apple to go. So now we're using 3 apples. So Jessie's cutting up the apple and she's doing it in style. I guess this is the faster way to do it.
We want more smaller.
Yeah, more smaller. Nice little chunks like this. And I like how it look like this, right?
Yeah.
Like some bricks. Yeah, so nice and small chunks, not too big. So when you bite into it, you can get nice small pieces. So into the apple pieces, we're gonna go in with some nutmeg. To avoid the oxidization on the apples, I usually add some lemon juice and then mix it in. Today I didn't add lemon, and Jessica suggested that I add some tangerine juice because it's a citrus and it's gonna add a nice flavor to our apple fritter. So here we are adding our tangerine juice, and this is a sweet one. It's gonna give us a nice flavor, and that's why I like to cook with the girls, because I learned something from them every single time we make a recipe. We're gonna mix it up so that the juice can really coat the apple pieces to avoid that oxidization. I think we have enough juice in there. And now I'm gonna go in with the rest of the ingredients. So we're gonna go in with some cinnamon. And cinnamon is a must for this recipe. It smells nice already, right, Jess?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're mixing as we're adding those 2 pieces that came out. I'm gonna taste them to see. Nice. We're gonna go in with some brown sugar, and then I'm gonna go in with my vanilla at the same time. So we mix everything in now, just like that. And then we will pre-cook them a little, just to make the cooking process faster. So in the pan with some butter, we're gonna add our apple pieces and all that nice ingredients. And we're gonna cook this just for a few minutes to soften the apple a little bit. So Natalie is gonna help me to do this part. This is her job. She's gonna help me to cook the apple until it's nice and soften up a little. So my apples are ready. It starts drying out now. I'm gonna turn off my stove and then we'll start mixing our wet ingredients. So into the egg, we're gonna add our sugar. Not a lot of sugar, we don't wanna make it too sweet. And then we're gonna give it a nice whisk. We're gonna add some essence in there, vanilla essence. We're combining all the wet ingredients. We're gonna add melted butter. Now we're gonna go in with our milk and mix. Some baking powder into the flour. We're gonna go in with our nutmeg in here now. We're gonna go in with our cinnamon now. Everything is coming together nicely and smells really, really nice. And we just need a little pinch of salt in there to balance up all our flavor. Just about that. So we're gonna mix all our dried ingredients in. Now we're gonna add in our apple pieces into the dry mixture. And this really, really smells inviting. We're gonna go in with our wet into the dry ingredients. Let me use my spatula here and get out all the goodness. And then we're gonna nicely combine the two together. We wanna have like a nice formish kind of dough, not too liquidy, enough that we can dip and fry these. So we're gonna start frying them. So I'm gonna drop a little bit and then I'm gonna flatten it a bit. I wanna say happy new month to everyone. Wishing everybody a smooth and successful month of February. If you're celebrating a birthday this month, I wanna wish you a happy one. If you're celebrating an anniversary or anything at all, I want to wish you a very, very happy and successful one. So they're frying up nicely. We're going to fry them until they're nice and golden brown on both sides before we remove them from the oil. So this is the color we want to achieve when we're frying them, nice and golden brown on both sides, as you can see. They're coming along nicely. I'm gonna flip this one as well. I love those big chunks of apple pieces. And this one is not short of apples. So now we're gonna flip them over when they have a nice, beautiful color on the outside like that. So we just finished frying them up. And now we're gonna prepare the glaze for them to make them more beautiful. So I have some powdered sugar here. I'm gonna go in and mix this up to a nice glaze. Let's do this. We're gonna mix the glaze with the other half of the tangerine. You can use lemon here, you can use milk or a little bit of water. But because we use the tangerine in the apples, we're gonna keep the flavors together and make a nice tangerine flavor glaze. So with a little bit of milk and half of a tangerine, we achieved the nice consistency that we're looking for. Look at that. You don't want it thicker than this, and the flavor is gonna be very, very nice and have that tangerine flavor on the apple fritter. So this is what we're doing. I'm gonna use a brush to brush on the glaze because I don't want to dunk them in here because some of them might get more than some. So I'm gonna nicely brush the edges as well on both sides. And now to keep the glaze on from not sticking, I'm gonna put them in a stand-up position. Once the glaze is nice and dried, you're gonna see that donut kind of look that we're looking for. And this is my absolute favorite. So here is my apple fritter, and last night I finished it late. I didn't have any. I didn't want to eat sweet before I go to bed, so I'm gonna have mine for breakfast this morning. Look how beautiful they look. If you never had apple fritters before, it's very simple to make, and I know every one of you can do this. So I'm gonna head on to my taste test and let you all know how this tastes. So here is my apple fritter. I'm gonna have it with tangerine and a few slices of kiwi. My plate looks nice, right? So let me dig in and reveal the taste test. So let's go in for a nice bite. Bite or a piece. So I didn't add too much glaze because it can become very sweet. I just did a light glaze and I have that tangerine flavor. Look how beautiful the inside is. And there's no shortage of the apple pieces. So to all my friends out there, the first bite goes to you. Mmm. Perfect for a breakfast. You know, sometimes people pass at Tim Hortons and they just grab an apple fritter and a coffee for breakfast. I'm having my own homemade, but I'm having mine with tea. So bring your favorite drink, tea or coffee, and let's have our apple fritter. So delicious. If you like sweet breakfast, this is very, very delicious, amazing, and it's a breakfast that you will really, really enjoy, and very filling too. My tea is hot. Perfect combination. So hope you'll try this recipe for my apple fritter. They can be eaten hot. They can be eaten a few days after. But in my house, it wouldn't last long. The tanginess from the apple is perfect for this fritter because there's a little bit of tanginess. There's a little bit of cinnamon and sweetness from the dough. And that tangerine glaze, perfectly nice. Not very, very sweet because I went light on my glaze. And it is so satisfying for a breakfast. So I want to wish everybody a happy Saturday, happy weekend. Stay blessed, stay safe. I love you all. Take care. Catch you in my next video.